Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the judges and audiences. As for today Umran webinar, A Sustainable Landscape 2050, an agenda for future development, my name is Nurul Hasimawati binti Hasmi. Under supervision of Associate Professor Dr. Rashidi Othman will present about my research study, which is a placemaking relaxation for elderly, a case study of Heath Forest in Terengganu. Looking at Malaysia context, the phrase Malaysia needs to prepare for aging population highlighted that there are serious problems and challenges as Malaysia will reach the aging nation status in 10 years and 15% of the population will be the 60 years old. Elderly can be categorized into three aspects, which is psychological, biological, and also physical. Psychological is referring to the ability to adapt with the environment. Biological is the progressive age changes in metabolism. And physical is referring to the human awareness and adaptability to the aging process. For the forest therapy is referring to Shinrin-ryoku. Shinrin-ryoku is the practice by Japan which involve hear, smell, touch, and see, and it focuses on the connections and also relationships. For the placemaking, what makes a good place? A good place should tackle on social interaction, activities, uses, comfort, images, link edges, and also accessibility. Therefore, there are three issues which are due to deteriorating of health, short-term care and hospitalization, and the process of rehabilitation from acute illness often lacking at the hospitals. For the chronic disease, Alzheimer's or dementia lead to various symptoms like behavioral changes, inability to think, and memory loss, where it took up to 16 months for the caregivers to seek medical advice from the professional. And lastly, for the physical conditions such as heart disease have a higher rate of depression and poor functioning. This study is aimed to implement forest therapy concept as placemaking relaxation for elderly enhancement healthcare, and how to achieve it by firstly, to identify the problem and challenges of the aging population in Malaysia. Second, to identify the barrier and limitation of elderly according to their needs. And lastly, to recommend placemaking relaxation using forest therapy approach to improve the quality of elderly healthy lifestyle. As for the methodology, the case study is conducted at Jambu Bongkok Forest Reserve, which is one of the Heath forests found in Terengganu. The data collection involves four methods, which are interview, survey questionnaire, observation, and also document analysis. For the interview method, the questions prepared to get the inside information about the elderly from the expertise. For the survey questionnaire method, the survey distributed to 20 to 30 respondents which conducted at FRIM Malaysia in order to collect and analyze elderly behavior, their barrier and limitations, and as well as their perceptions towards preferred park design. For the method of observation form and a set of inventory checklists has been prepared in order to observe the natural, cultural, and also aesthetic features of Jambu Bongkok Forest Reserve. And lastly, for document analysis is the development of topics and subtopics framework for the literature review about elderly, forest therapy, placemaking, and also Heath Forest. Okay, next, as for the findings from survey method, as you know, the data collection was conducted at FRIM Malaysia to collect and analyze the elderly behavior, barrier and limitations, and also their perceptions towards preferred park design. It can be found that the elderly who came to the park is majority from 65 to 75 years old, while 76 to 85 years old is the least one. And mostly, the respondents who participate on survey questionnaire are male compared to the female. 86.4% of the respondents comes from a retired category, 81.8% of them comes to the park daily for the purpose of recreation and fitness, while 13.6% comes to the park on the weekend. Heath Forest, locally known as Kerangas, which means a land which cannot grow rice. However, Heath Forest in Terengganu can be found in three stages, which are young, middle, and mature. Two types of heath forest that can be found, which are Kerapa and also Kerangas. Kerapa mostly surrounded by water, while Kerangas is in dry and hot environment. For the design proposal towards creating placemaking identity for elderly are including in social area, the arising issues is that lack of sense of invitingness for the users to utilize the space. Therefore, the area have a potential to be enhanced for social aspects like providing a sign that marks the entrance and indicates its name, provide a map with layout and offer braille signs and handicap parking. Elders are very care about safety and security. Therefore, emergency phone boxes, a good lighting and surveillance camera is an essential for safety and security purposes. And attractive boxes or newsstands with visual graphic and contrasting color can avoid miscommunication among them. For the mental and health aspect, they should have handrails, ramps, walking trails, and foot reflexology to make the movement safer. Movable seats that facilitate the social interaction, a flat area for informal gathering like Tai Chi and yoga classes, create a reading room such as mini library to introduce the benefit of forest therapy to the elderly health. Okay, next for the physical aspect, the elders also need a space for privacy. Therefore, a private sitting area with contrasting color on flooring and benches could be potential recommendation for their privacy, as well as they can enjoy the therapeutic smell along the path. The presence of stairs with ramp to tackle the physical disability, pavilion and access point that can benefit elderly to enjoy the scenery of the forest. There are three key findings that can be resolved from the results. First of all, high quality of designated environment should encourage the social interaction and secure from human threats. Secondly, the elders need a space for mental and health aspects which involving the presence of nature attributes and meditation activities. The design for improving mental and health aspects should offer scenery to enjoy beautiful scenery and natural beauty. Third, elders also need a physical activities that can motivate them from having a leisure constraints. Among elders with disability, the placemaking identity should not design that can give hazards towards them. Therefore, this study concludes that placemaking relaxation using forest therapy can be considered as priority in which it influences the elder's needs, perceptions, and also experiences towards their healthcare. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.